Cops are entrusted with knowing the law. But what happens when they make it up? Here are 4 times when idiot cops tried enforcing laws that don't exist.
Hello, sir. I'm Officer Oliver with Tallahassee Police Department. Do you have your driver's license, registration, and insurance?
This is the reason why you slowed me down?
Yes, sir. So you don't have any headlights on, and you're going really fast down Monroe Street.
Headlight? My headlights automatically on when I'm driving.
They're not on right now.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No problem. Because
Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from 429 West Brevard Street, with my brother.
Okay.
My name is Calvin Riley Sr.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Can you get that for me?
I can't find it right now.
Where's your wallet at?
I don't really carry a wallet.
You don't carry a wallet at all? Where do you carry your money at?
Bank.
The bank? Okay. How do you pay for things? On your phone? Okay, I gotcha. No problem. I'll write down your information. You said Calvin Riley? I can take that. Perfect. Senior?
Yeah.
This is Calvin Riley, who was pulled over by Tallahassee cops in what was supposed to be a quick traffic stop. However, when the cop stopped him, she claimed to have noticed indications of drunkenness.
I feel like I'm getting some indications, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't really smell anything right now. Do you think you can just talk to him? He's like looking everywhere for his like ID, and he's like looking up here and pulling out papers and like looking around and everything. He says he doesn't carry a wallet. I said, how do you have money? He goes, the bank. And I said, okay, well, he's just not making a lot of sense. Yeah. He didn't have lights on. He's flying down Monroe Street. And when I went to pull him over, he like started to get over and then came back over and then like is kind of like hovering and then stopped. Okay. So if you'll just see if you can see anything. Talk to him first. So he's got suspended. It's Calvin Riley. Also suspended? Yeah. So I'm going to ask him. That's why he doesn't have a driver's license, because he knows it's suspended. Yeah. So
that could also be why he's acting.
When you go up there, can you ask him if he still lives on Brevard Street?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thanks. And just let me know over the radio. 710 tell type. I have a DL number if you can get that. Romeo?
Yeah. He said he's coming from Pockets and he had beers at Pockets.
Oh, he didn't tell me that?
I asked him that because he originally said the north side, and I said we're out on the north side, and he said Pockets.
See, he told me he was coming from Brevard Street. Holy crap, it scared me. So he did say he had beers at Pockets?
Yeah.
Do you get any other indications?
I mean, his speech is slurred. And
yeah.
He's got the watery bloodshot eyes, and I do have odor.
Things went downhill quickly when the cop discovered that Riley had a suspended license and she had reason to arrest him and search his car. She asked if he would do a field sobriety test, and upon his refusal, as though it was the cause of the arrest, the cop placed him in handcuffs immediately.
I want to go more into the beers that you said you had. Yeah. Would you be willing to do some voluntary field sobriety exercises? No? Okay. Here, go ahead and step out of the vehicle for us. Just go ahead and face the car for us. Your license is suspended, so we're gonna...
No problem. So should I call somebody to come pick my car up?
Yeah, we'll get to that. Just give me a second, okay?
And my license.
You knew your license was suspended?
No, I didn't.
That's why you didn't have your ID on you.
First of all, my ID is at my job because I was at work and they were finding my lock.
Alrighty. Mr. Riley, we're gonna walk back to my car, okay?
Okay.
It's okay. Just don't reach in your pockets for me.
Okay, I'm not. Well,
What are you trying to do?
No, I'm trying to do nothing. I'm asking you a simple question.
What's up?
I need to get my phone.
Yeah, we'll get it.
I'm asking you a question.
Yes.
Get my phone to call somebody right now.
Yeah, in just a second we can. Yes. So come back to my car for me.
I understand what you're asking me, but I'm asking you a simple question.
And I
too.
said yes,
Kevin,
that
your
we
phone is
can.
here.
Just
We're
give me a
gonna get your
second.
phone. We're gonna get you back to the car though, okay?
No. See that phone right there?
Yes, we're gonna get it.
Can you get it right now?
No.
Are you standing right here?
No.
The cop, first of all, accused Riley of smoking marijuana, which he vehemently denied.
Mr. Riley, I got a quick question for you.
No problem.
So I smelled marijuana in your vehicle. Did you recently smell?
No, let me tell you something, man.
Stand right here.
Let me tell you something.
Stand
I don't know. You heard what she just said. She smell marijuana, right?
Yeah.
I don't even smoke. So
Okay.
what? But you come with that. That's little plug.
Okay.
Okay? This right
Do you
here?
have a medical marijuana card?
No, I don't smoke nothing.
Have you recently smoked pen?
I don't smoke nothing.
Okay.
So you find that bullshit? That's my money right there for my job.
I got you.
So
I'm
let
not
me tell
hanging
you
on to it.
something. You see my back of my shirt? What that so? I show you I'm a barber. You understand what I'm saying? So what you're saying is you smell marijuana. You're alive.
After Riley was taken to the police cruiser, this cop searched Riley's car, and upon finding no marijuana as she hoped, she decided to do something truly despicable. She opened a sealed bottle of alcohol, emptied it, and returned the bottle to the car. Naturally, when her superiors arrived, she claimed to have met open alcohol there in the car. If you think this was the maximum cops can impose fake laws, then probably you aren't aware of this next case.
When it comes to access control point, which is a security measure, you cannot take video or pictures of a security measure.
Sir, when you are on public property, you can take
Doesn't
video
matter
and
if you're on
pictures
public
of
property.
anything
Doesn't
you
matter
can
if
see.
you're on public property
Yes, it is.
or not.
It does.
This is Officer Daniel of the Joint Base Police Force. On the 30th of April 2019, an individual who runs a YouTube channel named Accountability Media reached Joint Base Myers-Henderson Hall, Arlington, Virginia, to conduct a First Amendment audit. While he proceeds with his audit, the YouTuber is confronted by Officer Daniel. Watch how the interaction unfolds.
Are you detaining me when you say stand by?
Say again?
Are you detaining me when you say stand by?
Yes, sir. Just stay right here.
Oh, you are detaining me?
Yes, so we can further have an investigation.
I'm just reaching for my phone, nothing else. It is 4:13 p.m. and JBMHH Police Officer Daniel.
Go ahead and give me one out here at this location.
Is detaining me?
So, do you have a reason you're videotaping an entrance to a military installation?
Not one that you need to know, sir.
Not one that I need to know.
So, what is your rank, sir?
Okay, just stand by. Just wait right here for me.
Officer Daniel detains the YouTuber while he waits for his superior officer to arrive. However, in the wait for his superior, several other officers join the scene and search the YouTuber. Observe what is about to happen.
You know it's a military base, right?
I'm on the public sidewalk.
Yeah, I know, but this is the gate function. You can't videotape military base.
Is that the law, or is that just what you're saying right now? It's not against federal law, sir.
I didn't say law.
Right. So your regulations, whatever regulations apply to you on that installation, do not apply to me on this public sidewalk.
To see if I can answer your question. Okay. So there is a congressional letter that is out. I'm pretty sure you don't know which one I'm talking about. The congressional letter states that you can take pictures and video of a building structure and architect. However, you cannot take video or picture of a building access control point or an access control point to a military installation. And what this is an access control point to a military installation. However, with that being said, you can take video of the fence line, which is a structure.
Right.
You can take pictures over here of a structure, which is a wall, which is a structure. However, the report is that you're taking video of a access control point, which is against the congressional letter that is out.
A congressional letter is not a piece of legislation.
Officer Lewis, who later joins in, argues that the YouTuber cannot film the security checkpoint. The officers later point out that it is against congregational letter to film such security checkpoints. However, congregational letters hold no legal value as they are not legislation. Watch what happens next.
When it comes to access control point, which is a security measure, you cannot take video or pictures of a security measure.
Sir, when you are on public property, you can take video and pictures of anything you can see.
If you're on public property,
yes, it is.
Or not.
It does. You don't have a public incident report that you're gonna file?
There will be a police journal entry that's done, which you can do a FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act request. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
I've done them before. Yeah.
Okay. You can do that if you want that type of information. Okay.
And
could I possibly ask your name?
Again, I'm not going to get that.
Okay.
And do you have reasonable articulable suspicion I have committed and committing or about to commit a crime?
At this time, no.
Okay, then I'm not going to identify myself. Yeah, that was unacceptable. I'm sure that you guys are going to take corrective action against those officers that are involved. I'm sure you need to investigate.
If you believe that there was some type of unacceptable action,
I mean, illegal detainment to start out.
I would encourage you. There is a.
I'll be filing complaints, I'm sure, and I might file a lawsuit. But obviously, I'm just telling you, man to man. Clearly, you guys need to get your house in order.
Okay, there again. What do you mean by that?
I mean, you need to take corrective action because you cannot do that to people who are not committing a crime.
Can you be more specific?
You cannot pluck citizens up off a public sidewalk without any suspicion that they have committed a crime, detain them for over half an hour. It was probably 4:50 when you released me. I was detained at 4:13.
Well, to clarify, as soon as I saw that you were in custody,
I understood that you did that, but they did.
I released
your police department.
Okay.
Your police force. I assume it's not a department, but a force.
It's a department.
It's a department. Your police department illegally detained me for over 35 minutes with no reasonable articulable suspicion that I had committing, or was about to commit a crime. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay. Based off of what are you basing that off of?
Because you have told me there's no reasonable articulable suspicion.
At this time, I do not have any, but that does not mean that there.
And none of them were able to articulate any either when I asked them. They didn't tell me a crime I was being detained for.
Okay, where's the legal precedent that we're required to do that?
To tell a citizen what they're being detained for, you have to have reasonable articulable suspicion that and you
don't
need
have to explain that to that person at that time.
You generally need to articulate
I'm not going to further.
Well, they said they don't have reasonable. They didn't say they couldn't produce the law. They said they didn't have reasonable articulable suspicion.
So I'm not going to further argue with you.
I don't need to stand here arguing with you either. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm going to take my own action to follow up on this. But I would highly recommend that you take corrective action as well. You too.
After the YouTuber refuses to leave, he is placed under arrest and is handcuffed. He is kept detained in the cop cruiser for half an hour, where afterward he is released. Cops letting their personal feelings affect their job isn't new. Look at this next case, for instance.
What are y'all doing? Move out of the way.
Hey, stop that.
No, move your vehicles out of the road. Okay, you stop the attitude.
If you're wondering how this conversation turned to an issue about attitudes, maybe you need some backstory. This is Officer Matthew Pettit of the Red Oak Police Department, who was dispatched to the scene of a fire on August 14th, 2022. As he was going to the scene of the fire, he found several vehicles on the road attempting to move cattle. One of the owners of the vehicle was Chris Moses, the owner of Red Oak's Vigilante channel. It turns out that Officer Pettit did not like Moses one bit.
Yeah, I know, but the fire's not coming this way.
Is it not coming? You sure?
Yeah. I just came over here to
Because
make sure he wasn't
our
home.
cows were running back here. We had to cross them across the road. That's why we had the road blocked. We had to move them back across the street.
Okay.
So-
Well, when you block off a road that emergency vehicles are using to get somewhere, that's my concern is the fire's going to get bigger if I can't get a fire truck or an ambulance or a brush truck through.
Yeah. The reason we had it shut down because we just got through moving the cows, got them through there, and I just locked the gate. They're locked in there.
Okay.
Did they get Ann's mother out of there?
Yeah, nobody's hurting over there.
Okay, good.
It's not the house, it's the detached house. It's the second house.
That's her mom's.
Okay.
Ann lives in the trailer, her and her husband. He's a policeman. And then next door is Ann's mom's, and that house is in the wooded area.
Okay.
She's got a brother. There's two of them that live in that house. Did y'all get them out?
Yeah, everybody's out of the house.
Okay.
They're the ones that called.
Okay, good. Sometimes I have my husband's gone and they're not there. And then, and her mother's elderly. So I just want to make sure that they got out.
I talked to one person over there, but everybody's out.
Okay, good.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
You don't need nothing from us, do you?
No, I just need to make sure the road stays open. Because if any emergency vehicles come from Lancaster, if they need to bring water from Lancaster, and y'all are blocking the road.
Yeah, we didn't know if y'all wanted us to block them or not.
Nope.
Okay.
I need y'all to move out of the road.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, it was just a little attached barn right there. Well, the fire's out, right?
They had a line just burst, so they had some hot spots come back. They went down to just one hose, but they're getting it fixed.
You're going to have to field a complaint. I just got into a screaming match with Chris Moses over there.
Good.
He decides he's going to block the road because he needs to move cows. And I said, well, okay, how's an emergency vehicle going to get through to put out the fire that's just going to get bigger because you decide you want to block the road for cows? He's got his vehicle in the middle of the road with his red and greens flashing. There's traffic backed up. So I ain't taking his attitude. I don't care who you are. If he calls on, they called this guy. He's on his way. And I guess he's gonna, because he flies everywhere. Yeah. I guess he's gonna fly in. I don't know why.
That's really going to help us fan all them goddamn planes and
Yeah. So.
When Officer Pettit related the preceding interaction to his colleague, he told several lies. He claimed that Moses and his peers had blocked the road when in fact they had parked by the side, leaving plenty of room for emergency vehicles. He also said he had just had a screaming match, which was also completely false. The last big lie was claiming that Moses had red and blue flashing lights when the body cam showed no such thing.
I'm busy right now. What do you need? Chris, you're not allowed to block an entire roadway, okay? I don't know if you know that, but you're not allowed to stop, stand, park in the middle of the roadway. It's against the transportation code, okay?
To move cows from one pasture to another pasture.
To block the roadway.
That's right. That's right.
To bring my cow. I'm not having an argument with you.
I'll take it up with Chief tomorrow.
Okay, call Chief, that's fine. I'm done arguing with you.
Hard tail, full crap. Block the road.
The transportation code's BS. You're allowed to ignore it? That's what you're saying.
It's agriculture. It's different.
Okay.
It's agriculture.
Sure. And I'm not going to put up with you either, Chris. I'm not going to put up with your attitude either. Okay? I don't got to sit here and take attitude if you're going to dish it back to me, okay?
Thank you.
If nothing clued you in on how personal this issue was for the officer, the last interaction must be enough to do the job as the sergeant once again began to talk about attitude. It would be his attitude that would be vetted by several online strangers after Chris Moses got a hold of the body cam footage and posted it online.
You're either going to follow instructions or you're going to go to jail.
What instructions?
Come over
Has
here
he
and talk
broken
to
the
me,
law?
like I said.
Has he broken the law?
That's what I'm asking. What law am I breaking? That's what I'm trying to ask.
Has he broken the law?
You haven't told me nothing.
This is Officer Hamilton from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. On January 2nd, 2021, Laurent Marshall, a resident of Battle Creek, was going to every door around the block in Windtree Townhomes Complex in Battle Creek, Michigan. His pursuit aimed to collect signatures for forming a tenant association to fight crime and illegal activities in society. As he reached the residence of Kimberly Toski for signatures after having collected almost 100 before, he encountered Officer Hamilton with some other accompanying officers. Watch how the interaction unravels.
That's not what you want.
I do too.
Put your hand behind your back.
For what?
Put your other hand behind your
My
back.
kids is right there.
Okay.
You're
You're either going to follow instructions or you're going to go to jail.
What instructions?
Come over
Has
here
he
and talk
broken
to
the
me,
law?
like I said.
Has he broken the law?
That's what I'm asking. What law am I breaking? That's what I'm trying to ask.
Has he broken the law?
You haven't told me nothing.
Look, we don't want.
Soliciting without a permit.
Soliciting what?
Whatever you're soliciting.
So you don't even know what I'm
What are
doing.
you soliciting?
That's why we're
Come
trying
over
to
here and talk to me.
Just keep that rolling.
I'm recording. You don't have to get off my porch.
Oh yeah, I really don't care. This is our problem. I'd rather get off the report. So what's up?
If there's problems, if you don't want him doing that, then that can be done. But like, he's not doing anything wrong.
Where's your ID?
He lives here.
Give me your ID.
For what?
Has he broken a law? Is he committing a crime?
I just told you.
Soliciting without a permit.
Soliciting what?
Whatever you're doing.
Soliciting. I haven't asked anybody for any money or anything. Okay. So what am I soliciting?
Then what are you doing?
Have I asked you? Did I ask you for any money?
No.
So what am I? I'm not
He hasn't tried to
money.
sell me anything.
Yeah.
Then what are you doing?
It's collecting signatures. That's what I'm doing. I can do that.
What?
It doesn't matter. I could do that.
Officer Hamilton accuses Mr. Marshall of soliciting. However, in response, Mr. Marshall tried to explain the purpose of his endeavor and denied the accusation, stating that he hadn't even asked anyone for any funds while collecting signatures. Observe what happens next.
It does matter.
We have a right to
caller, which is why we're here making contact with you.
Okay. What does the caller tell you? I didn't ask nobody for any money or anything. For what?
Okay, where's your ID at?
See, they ask all the questions, but they don't want to answer no questions.
If you fail to identify yourself, you're going to go to jail.
But he's not committed a crime and he's not doing anything wrong. We have the right. We have the right to petition in this country.
Back, you're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
Turn around and put your hands
I got
behind
the
your
right to
back. You're under
petition.
arrest.
What am I going to arrest for?
Can I have your badge number,
Hindering
sir?
and opposing. Turn around and put your hands.
Hindering
behind your
what?
back.
There's no investigation
Nobody's
because there's
stalking
been no
you.
crime
Nobody's
committed.
stalking you.
Okay, well, don't play with my rights. I need your badge
Turn
number.
around and put your hands behind your back.
I'm
For the
Laurent. I live
fourth
in the front
time,
of
you
there.
are under arrest.
I live in the front up there. I just told you that.
Deputy
Turn
Hamilton,
around
and who
put
are
your hands
you?
behind your
I'm
back.
Laurent.
Can I have your badge number, officer?
Hands behind your
What is he
back.
asking for? I just
How
told
many
him my
times
name.
I gotta tell you to put your hands behind your back?
Please don't do this right now.
That's my name, right?
How many times are we gonna do this? Turn around. You're under arrest.
So what you gonna do with the kids?
You're under arrest.
I said what you gonna do about my
We'll
kids?
figure that out. Turn around.
You'll figure that out. Seriously? What's he under arrest
There you
for?
go. Let me see this.
Oh, you don't need this.
Give it to me.
Please.
Mr. Marshall was handcuffed and arrested. Initially, he was told he would be arrested if he failed to identify himself. Later, the cops changed the charge to hindering the police's investigation. Watch how the encounter continues.
What's your phone number?
My girl's number is 404
Uh-huh.
740 0517.
I know you're not searching him for no reason. I'll make sure you're getting this on there, baby. All right, let me see this. Knock that shit off, baby. Stop.
Put your feet in.
Knock on the door. Knock on the door.
Knock on the door. Open the door and tell Steve to come out here. Go in there and say, Steve, come out here. Steve, come out. I need you to get the keys and I need you to take these kids up front, or I need you to stay out here and record this.
Alright, hold on.
Baby, it's okay. Don't cry. That's why we got cameras.
I'm tired of this.
Yeah, me too.
They always be thinking that they can do what they want. Just because they white. They're privileged.
Was that necessary? Was that really necessary to do in front of his kids? Y'all is wrong as hell, and he fucking lives here.
Okay.
I got the utmost respect for you. Here's your mom. I got the utmost respect for you officers when you come out here and look out, but he fucking lives here and he was on my porch and he didn't start a goddamn thing. And y'all is wrong. Every last bit of this was wrong and y'all done messed up. You messed up. You messed up. I'm finna take these babies home.
What the fuck's happening now?
They arresting people that fucking live here. Collecting signatures is our legal right.
Mr. Marshall was violently placed in the cop cruiser by the accompanying officer while he was handcuffed. Then the officer makes an effort for Ms. Totsky to identify herself, but she refuses. For those who don't know, according to the Fifth Amendment, citizens reserve the right to refuse identification to law enforcement if they suspect that they will be unreasonably incriminated. Watch how the interaction ends.
Y'all definitely tripping. I'm glad that you was definitely on camera for that too. Hope y'all got some good lawyers. 27 Greenbrier. Tell it here. Let me talk to her.
Here, talk to the lady, please.
We're at 27 Greenbrier. We live in the back of Windtree. Like when you drive this main road to the back and you take a left, we live in the back corner.
How did the boys get there?
They're walking with their pops, getting these signatures, and the fucking police are out here harassing him. And I got it all on camera, but.
The officers then left the scene. Mr. Marshall's kids were dropped home by Ms. Totsky. Mr. Marshall was charged with felony resisting and obstructing an officer. The resisting and obstruction charge clearly states that obstruction includes the use of force or threat of physical interference or failing to follow a lawful command. However, Mr. Marshall did not commit any such actions, and most of the commands by the cops were not lawful. On January 9th, 2021, the charges against Mr. Marshall were dropped, and the officer accompanying Officer Hamilton was placed on administrative leave. If you think this was the last cop who tried enforcing fake laws, then probably you aren't aware of this next case.
My investigation was that there was an approximate 12-year-old juvenile running around this specific area naked. That's a very serious complaint.
Okay. So call the complainant and figure out, where this child went. We have nothing to do with that.
Okay. All right. Do you have your identification on you?
No, sir. I don't need to identify myself.
This is Officer Weaver from the McKee Police Department. On May 25th, 2022, a YouTuber who runs a news YouTube channel was in his idle vehicle parked in McKee, Kentucky with his children when he was approached by Officer Weaver. Officer Weaver allegedly responded to a call against a naked 12-year-old child allegedly running around the area. Watch how the interaction unfolds.
Let me radio in my traffic to make sure. Good evening.
Hi, how are you?
Good. My name is Officer Weaver, McKee Police Department.
Okay, what's your badge number?
My badge number is 304. What's your name, please?
I don't answer questions. You ran my plate already.
I did not run your plate.
Okay, you can run the plate.
Yeah, I know I can run your plate because I have a legal right to do so.
Is this a traffic stop?
This is, I'm conducting an investigation.
Okay, so I don't need to answer your questions.
Well, if you hinder my investigation, you can be cited for that.
Okay.
Okay. That's the way that it is in Kentucky. When I went through the academy, that's the way that I was trained, is that if I'm conducting an investigation, I have the right to temporarily detain you.
Okay, what's your investigation?
My investigation was that there was an approximate 12-year-old juvenile running around this specific area naked. That's a very serious complaint. Okay. It's not just a, hey, how are you? Why are you here? This is a very serious complaint.
Gotcha. Who made the complaint?
I received that call in public service, and I do not have to tell you that.
Okay, so call the complainant and figure out, you know, where this child went. We have nothing to do with that.
Okay. All right. You have your identification on you?
No, sir. I don't need to identify myself.
You don't have to identify yourself?
No.
Okay.
You have reasonable articulate suspicion that I've committed a crime?
I do not think that you have committed a crime.
You have a body camera?
I have my body camera on.
Okay, very good.
This time, so
gotcha.
it's recording.
And do you have an incident number for this? Or a CAD number or anything like that?
Dispatch will have a CAD number because I just radioed.
Gotcha. So this is not a traffic stop. You're just doing an investigation, right?
I am conducting an investigation in reference to the safety of a juvenile.
Gotcha.
Which is a very serious charge.
Okay, so I'm not obstructing you in any way. You can go ahead and do your investigation, but I'm not answering any questions.
You are obstructing my investigation by not answering any questions.
No, that's not how it works.
It's not how it works?
No.
Where did you get your degree? Are you an attorney? Or are you a citizen?
I don't answer any questions.
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, I am not trying to be difficult with you.
Okay.
I'm simply trying to conduct an investigation. From what I understand, the way that I was trained at the DLCJT Academy in Richmond was that I have the right to detain you temporarily to conduct an investigation. You're refusing to answer my questions, which means you are hindering my investigation.
That's not how it works.
Okay. So, are you the authority on the rules? I'm not. I'm just trying to follow them the best I was trained.
Okay.
Did you create the rules, or?
Do you suspect me of committing a crime?
I suspect. Since I don't have to interrogate you, and I don't have to read you your rights because we're just talking. You're not under arrest. I think that you are being very suspicious in the sense that you do not want to identify yourself. You're creating a certain amount of suspicion about yourself.
Is suspicious a misdemeanor or a felony?
No, that is not a crime.
Okay.
You're not committing a crime.
Am I being detained right now?
You are being detained.
Okay.
That's right. So I can conduct
For what crime am I being detained?
You do not have to be committing a crime to be detained. I'm conducting an investigation. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying to you. I mean, I said you haven't committed a crime.
Okay.
I said, but I'm conducting an investigation.
Okay, so do your investigation.
May I have your name and your identification?
No, sir.
Okay. May I have the child's name?
No, those are my kids and they're minors.
Okay. All right. Okay, and so you're refusing to answer my questions?
Yes.
Okay. So if I write you a ticket for hindering my investigation,
you'll be violating my civil rights and you'll be in civil litigation.
Okay. For doing what?
Am I being detained?
You're being detained because I'm conducting an investigation.
I'm requesting your supervisor now.
Oh, if he is still around, I'll be more than glad to get him for you. I'll tell you what, I'll try to call him on the phone to help you.
No, I don't want to speak on the phone.
Okay. All right.
Officer Weaver argues that the YouTuber is allegedly obstructing by refusing to answer questions and failing to identify. Refusing to answer law enforcement is well protected by the law. The Fifth Amendment protects citizens from refusing to answer questions asked by law enforcement. Watch how the encounter ends.
Maybe he can assist you further in any questions that you may have so that we don't violate your rights.
I don't have any questions.
Okay.
But if you're detaining me, then yes, I'm requesting a supervisor. If I'm free to go, then I'm free to go.
You're being detained until I can finish my investigation.
Okay. For what crime again?
I've told you several times, I'm not charging you for a crime. I'm simply trying to conduct an investigation to see if a crime has been committed. therefore I have a right under Kentucky revised statute to temporarily detain you while I'm conducting my investigation. You're refusing to identify yourself, so you are hindering.
That's because I don't have to. I haven't committed a crime.
Okay. Hello? I have a gentleman here who's refusing to answer any of my questions. He's refusing to identify himself. Yeah, he's parked here at the extension office. So, I have spoke with Deputy Bobby Edwards of the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, and I conferred with him and asked him, you know, I don't want to violate your rights. I am conducting an investigation, okay? And I feel like I do have reasonable suspicion that something could be amiss here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But
like what?
But you have 2 juveniles in your car, in the area that the complaint was called.
I've already clarified that these are my children.
Yes, that's correct.
And you're scaring them.
Well, you know, the only thing that I know to tell you is something I learned a long time ago. I can't provide security, which is part of being a police officer, without some form of, what was the word? Without a little bit of discomfort. That just comes with the nature of this. And I don't mean it. I really don't. I'm simply trying to conduct an investigation. But from after speaking with Deputy Edwards and gaining some wisdom from him, okay, I'm not going to step on your rights. And I do not think at this time, okay, from what the sum of everything that I've gathered, I do not think that you've committed a crime, okay? And I don't want to overstep my bounds as an officer by trying to force you to do something, or try to force you to do something that is in direct violation of your rights. I have rights, you have rights. That's the way that I police. I want to be fair. Firm but fair within the law. And at this time, after speaking with Deputy Edwards, I do not feel like that I have enough evidence or probable cause to make you or try to force you to identify yourself, okay? And so with that, I'm going to leave you. I don't know your name, and that's all right. I don't think that you've committed a crime, and I do apologize for inconvenience. That's what the word I was looking for. Sometimes you can't provide security without inconvenience, and that is a part of my job. So, like I said, have a good day, and I apologize for your inconvenience. But I am going to be leaving, and like I said, I don't think that at this time I have probable cause to think that you have committed a crime. So, therefore, I'm terminating my investigation. Okay?
Yeah, I need a CAD number. Can you write it down for me, please?
You can call Jackson County Dispatch 911 and let them know that you were just stopped by Officer Weaver at the Jackson County Extension Office.
Now that's an emergency line. Do you have a?
I do. I have a regular landline if you'd like that. It's 606-287-9979.
Okay.
Okay. As a courtesy to you, if you give me just a second, if dispatch has a CAD up and running at this time, I'll get that for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. There's a CAD number for my investigation.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
After Officer Weaver's superior arrived at the scene, he consulted the matter with him. After some minutes of consultation, the YouTuber is told that he is free to leave and that he isn't liable to identify himself. Subsequently, he is handed a computer-aided dispatch number. The officers leave the scene without further action. But this cop isn't the first to force things to go her way, even while her body cam is on. The next cop is another terrible example.
You guys live over here?
Free speech is
Is a First Amendment.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
But do you live over here?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see your ID. I need to see your guys' ID.
No, thanks. What crime are we suspected of?
Okay, you guys are aimlessly walking out around here?
We're not aimlessly walking out.
No, I need
all the time.
Okay, do you live over here?
Yes, I live in this neighborhood.
This is Yitzi and his friend who were sitting outside for a cigarette break when a police cruiser passed by. Yitzi took the liberty of flipping them off. Unfortunately for him, one of the cops had a fragile ego.
Okay, I need to get your ID from you. Give me your name.
All right. No, thank you.
No, it's not an option.
I'm going to keep walking.
No, you're being detained right now. Both of you guys are being detained for suspicious activity. You're aimlessly walking around. I need to see your ID.
I don't have my ID,
sir. Okay, sir, step over here for a second. I need to see your ID. You're being detained right now.
What's your name and badge number?
That's not my name. Is right here. I need to see your
number?
I need to see your ID. Or you need to give me some ID. It's not an option. Or I would take you to the station and get your ID.
Sir, is this because I flicked you off?
No, you're aimlessly walking around here.
I came from my house.
Okay. I'm gonna put you in handcuffs right now. Go ahead and stand up, and you go ahead and resist if you want to.
I'm not.
You're being detained.
Can you video?
Feeling affronted by a middle finger, the cop demanded ID, but the men refused as this was within their rights. This cop, however, was determined to salvage his ego, so he illegally arrested Yitzi anyway. Forget this, aimlessly walking around. Talk about desperate.
Okay, have a seat. You have anything that's going to stick me?
No. That's my wallet. If you really want my ID,
have a seat. Go ahead and stand up for me, sir. You have any weapons on you?
No.
I'm going to pat you down for weapons.
Dude, we came to smoke a cigarette.
Okay.
I came from my house. My friend worked at Walgreens.
Okay. You're aimlessly walking around. There's been a lot of stuff that's going on around here.
Explaining to you what happened. Came from my house.
Okay. Have a seat. Have a seat. And I'm asking you for your ID. Okay. Give us your name.
All because I flicked you off.
No, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Why is that of your concern? It might be disrespectful.
No, I'm not concerned about that.
Stop me.
You can do whatever you want to do, young man, but at the same time,
what I was doing.
if you aimlessly walking around here, I want to know. I want to know. Listen to me. I'm letting you talk. Let me talk. Let me explain to you. We have every right to stop you to find out who you are and where you live. Okay. Period.
Okay. If that's what you feel.
Who is going to tell this cop that disrespectful is not a crime? He also mentioned that they had every right to stop any citizen and demand ID. This is false unless they have reasonable, articulable suspicion for the stop. This cop is not only arrogant, but he's also a liar.
How old are you?
22.
You're 22. Have you ever been arrested for anything?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any warrants right now?
No.
Okay. So where are you guys on your way to now?
Right this bench right here.
Okay.
Smoke a cigarette with my friend.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you right now. Okay, so you normally come over here, go to the Walgreens, sit on the bench?
Not always this bench, sometimes this bench, sometimes we just stand.
Okay. For future reference, young man, you don't disrespect the police like that. You don't disrespect the police like that.
Yeah.
And you just aimlessly just walking around. I want to know. I'm doing my job. I want to know who you are and where you live.
The cop tried to maintain his perceived superiority, but he couldn't do that for long, as Yitzi saw right through his glass ego. In fact, after taking off his handcuffs, Yitzi immediately demanded an officer complaint form.
And you still talking.
Yeah, because you guys are pieces of shit for stopping people who want to go on to break for a cigarette because I flicked you off. Now all of a sudden I'm acting suspicious. If I would have not flicked you off and we would have kept walking, you would have never, this stop never would have happened. You would have never accused me of doing suspicious activity. Correct?
Oh, now you want me to answer your question? Okay. No, I don't. It doesn't work like that. Are you guys related?
No. Both violent, no more.
Okay. Let's get their information.
Can I ask you, how do I get an officer complaint form?
And
what's
put them on
that
the
process?
Better stand up. I'll take these cuffs off.
What's the process of getting an officer complaint form?
you come down to the station or call the police station.
Okay.
If you think this was the only idiot cop who tried enforcing laws that do not exist, wait until you watch this next case.
Keep on getting smart. End up going to jail tonight. What are y'all shooting at?
You can't shoot. I'm shooting my property.
Do you see what time it is?
I'm shooting my property. That's illegal?
It sure is when it's this dark.
This is Officer Samantha Demirtas from the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office. On February 18, 2018, Officer Demirtas arrived at the residence of an individual named Jada Martin in Winsboro, North Carolina. Miss Martin reported that she had been receiving phone calls that harassed her. The neighborhood of Miss Martin consists entirely of her relatives. When Officer Demirtas arrived on the scene, her relatives were doing firearm shooting practice. Watch how the interaction unfolds when Officer Demirtas hears gunshots.
Today, a girl texted me, and and we were arguing, and she was telling me to come to Walmart. Can you remember Walmart? She was telling me to come to Walmart to fight her or whatever. Let me see if I can call Tay and see if she know her last name.
Y'all know what's going on?
No.
Central 144. Central 144, I've got several gunshots over here.
Come on, where's 10-10?
Is that you firing over there? Show me your hands. Show me your hands now. Put it down. You have any other weapons on you? Put your hands on your head. Interlace your fingers. Now. You have any other weapons on you?
Nope.
Come over here. Get down on the ground. On the ground, now.
I ain't want to get stopped by the gun.
What are y'all shooting at?
We can't shoot out here.
What are y'all shooting at?
We can't shoot on my property.
What are you shooting at?
We can't shoot out here?
Whose property is it?
My property.
Whose?
My property.
Is it in your name?
Might be.
Keep on getting smart. End up going to jail tonight. What are y'all shooting at?
We can't shoot. I'm shooting my property.
Do you see what time it is?
I'm shooting my property. That's illegal?
It sure is when it's this dark.
Officer Demirtas argues that it is illegal to shoot a weapon in the dark. However, there is no such law or statute that restricts the firing of weapons after dawn. Officer Demirtas then calls for some backup, and Sergeant Timothy arrives along with another officer.
What's your names?
Wait, turn?
What's your names?
Why do it illegal?
Central, I've got 2 black male subjects refusing to identify themselves. Got a shotgun and what appears to be a handgun. Just make it easy on yourselves. What were y'all shooting at?
We're just shooting.
Okay. What were you shooting at?
My property.
Okay. Alrighty. I suggest you not move. Shooting on your property, family's property is no issue. But when you got a deputy out here trying to do a report, it's dark. Common sense. Common sense. You're being detained till I can identify you.
For what? What was I detained for?
You're being identified till I can identify who you are and then see if you're also clear. How old are you?
But what was I detained for?
Okay, keep on. What's your name, sir? You have an ID on you?
Snooty.
You don't have an ID on you? What's your name? All right. So I've got it on camera. Let's go. I've got it on camera that y'all are discharging weapons in an unsafe manner in the air.
How you see me though? How you see me in front of the house?
Okay. All right.
Man, bro.
Okay, especially if your grandma says this is her property and y'all's property. I just want to run you and make sure.
I'm just saying though, like, so like, what's the issue with us identifying
Where's the
ourselves?
weed
It's
at?
alright.
Where's the weed at?
Am I lying?
Somebody's
Where's
got
the
some
weed at? Am I lying? So?
Okay.
Man. Alright. Anybody got no weed, man?
Can y'all tell me a little bit about what's going on? Because I just got here.
Man.
You don't know?
A lot of bull.
All right. What does that mean? What does that mean, man? Huh? Hey. Hey, man. What does that mean? A lot of bull. Huh? What does that mean?
Taking a report by my car. Taking a report, all of a sudden they just start letting loose and back in the back. I walk back there, they're walking up, and of course I had my weapon drawn.
Oh, definitely.
Get down. They put the weapons down, refuse to themselves, sit there, nothing but argumentative about it's my land, I can shoot. I don't know what they were shooting at. Grandma claims that they have dogs back there, and I said, so feral dogs? They're running no, they're in the cages. I don't know what they won't tell me what they were shooting at. It was dark, like I said, but they did comply. They put their weapons down immediately, put their hands up where I could see them, and got down on their knees. They just refused to identify themselves. Okay. So.
That's fine.
They're still refusing to identify themselves?
I haven't asked since y'all got here.
I know that one is basically refusing to identify themselves, so I say book them in John Doe. Put a hold on them, book them in John Doe, so they won't tell who they are. They won't play, we'll play.
Now I was just over there and she was showing me some of the text messages and they just started letting out. I guess they didn't realize I was here or whatever, but
I'll be arrested for
not identifying yourself.
You see how you looking at that? That would even sound right, come on.
Well, that's what she said.
Discharging a firearm at night. You can't discharge a firearm at night. Says the law.
Who gun you hate?
Says the law.
Yours. Why would you down there shooting?
Come on, I was on property.
It doesn't matter. You can't discharge a firearm at night, cuz. You can't do that. It's against the law.
What I do wrong?
Discharge a firearm at nighttime. If you want the county, you can go up to and look the county ordinance up.
When nighttime came, y'all should have stopped. No, y'all started before it got dark.
And once the sun go down, you have to stop. That is what the law states. It is another thing by law. If law enforcement asks you your name, you have to give us your name. That is by law.
That's
look
by
it up.
Law.
Yeah.
That's by law.
Yes. Look at
under what condition though?
Anytime we make contact.
Anytime.
Anytime we make contact.
So you just hop out the car and ask me?
Yes. I can walk up to you and talk to you on the street and say, hey, what is your name?
Say what? What you say? You said yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is stop and state. This is stop and hop out ID state?
You mean stop and frisk?
No, stop and ID. For what?
ID.
Yeah, you can't just stop at ID.
Anytime we make contact with someone, yeah, we can't ask your ID.
Sargent alleges that the suspects are required to provide their identification whenever they are asked to do so. However, as previously discussed, the Fifth Amendment protects citizens' refusal to identify. Both the individuals involved in the shooting were taken to jail and were eventually released the next day after being cited for breaching of peace. While this cop clearly did what he did out of spite, these next cops were probably bored out of their skull or too lazy to find real work.
Hey gentlemen, how you doing tonight?
Great.
What you got there, man?
What do you mean?
What kind of beverage is that?
Looks like a Pepsi. Stay your distance, please.
Stay your distance?
Yeah, I don't want two guys with guns coming up on me.
Oh, we're police officers. Maybe you didn't notice.
I don't care whether you're police officers or the mafia.
The mafia?
Yeah, you guys are rolling around and crubbing up on me with guns. Back up. Yeah.
We're police officers. We're here to serve and protect, sir.
I just wanted to inquire what that was, because there's a lot of students here drinking, so we just want to make sure that no inquiry needed.
So yeah, well, our job is to make sure the community's safe, and when
that's some
people
Gestapo stuff when you stop for everybody holding a can anywhere.
No, not everybody holding a can anywhere.
Just me?
No, just people that we feel might be drinking in public. So we're checking to make sure.
Do you suspect I might be drinking in public?
We have no idea.
We don't know what the.
That's
So
why
you
we're
do
asking.
not suspect that I might be drinking in public?
Show us what kind we have what is called a reasonable suspicion.
That's what I'm asking. Do you suspect? You said
we have what's called a reasonable suspicion.
Do you have a reasonable suspicion?
Yeah, we do.
These college students were sitting outside with a can of Pepsi when they were approached by the police, who asked what was inside the can. If you're holding a can of something, chances are it contains that thing. But clearly these cops are not the brightest bulbs in the box.
What is
Holding
that?
a can.
I'm holding
So
a
we're stopped
can.
to investigate.
That's your reasonable
That's not reasonable suspicion for drinking
Holding a can
alcohol.
is a reasonable suspicion.
Yeah.
So anybody holding a can is under
Under
reasonable
suspicion.
Well,
suspicion.
typically we like to see the can. Usually we can see if it's an actual soft drink or if
This
it's
may
an
not be
alcoholic
typical.
beverage.
Do I look imbibed on beverages in public, Officer Scott?
I don't know.
May I have your card, please?
You'd have to come get it, and you don't want me to get close to you. Do
Will you
want me to
please
get close
hand
enough?
me your card? I am requesting it.
Let me see if I can do
Clearly.
this from a distance.
Do I need
Hang
to
on.
articulate?
Is this close? You want me to set it down and then you can grab it? Would that be better so I don't get too close?
Officer Avila.
Yeah.
May I have your card, please? Excellent. Officer Avila has no problem being professional with a business card. Anything else that you gentlemen need besides Gestapo stops for cans? Yeah, it's Gestapo bullshit when you're going to stop me for a can on the sidewalk. That's
Actually,
sick.
you were standing here. We didn't stop you. We just came up to talk to you.
Oh, okay, later.
See you. Have a good night. Take care.
Yeah.
Good talking to you.
Yeah.
The cops tried to twist the law in their favor to get what they wanted. Unfortunately, the students they were trying to hoodwink were smart and knew the law. They would not let themselves be stamped upon. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.